Excellent. Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and our esteemed candidates, all those in attendance and all those watching at home. Courtesy of Energetic City Moose FM. Thank you, Adam. First of all, I'd like to acknowledge that the land that we are situated on is in Treaty 8 territory, on the traditional lands of the Dene Zah, of the Doig River First Nations, Blueberry River First Nations, and the Halfway River First Nation, where we live and learn today. Again, my name is Ted. I'm honored to be your moderator. Before we begin, I do have to go over some housekeeping things. Candidates, there are a lot of you, and it's very exciting. It's nice to see some returning faces and some new faces. So as Cheryl was mentioning, we have changed our format. Our candidates have in front of them 4 different cards. And how this works is this. I'm going to pose a question to our panel, and if they choose to answer, they will raise one of their answer cards. So they also have the choice not to answer. Once they have gone through all 3 of their cards throughout the night, they will no longer be able to answer that question. Now, that being said, they do have one response card. If that question has been posed, all the candidates have answered their questions, and a candidate still feels like they need to either jump in and add something, or they'd like to add, they can put up their response card. In other news, or in other ways of saying this, our candidates will have the ability to answer 4 questions tonight. We will also be giving the public a chance to ask questions later, and at that point, candidates, everybody may answer. We're not going to limit that at all. I'm truly excited and keen to hear what you have to say about the pressing issues of Fort St. John, and to each and one of you, I wish you the absolute best tonight. My job is to keep us on track, to be aware of time with Cheryl, and to step in case of unnecessary conflict. At each new segment, I'm going to remind you of just how much time you have and how much time you don't have in order to be as helpful as possible. Again, I appreciate you showing up tonight, and I appreciate the respect that you will show each other tonight. Audience, I am super pumped to see you. I teach high school, and I'm like, this is important, and you guys are proving that as why. This is democracy in action. I'm also thankful for your respectful nature. Our city works best when we work together, and tonight, we work together by letting our candidates speak and be heard, even if we might not agree with them. At this time, I ask that your cell phones are on silent, and that you keep quiet, so that others may hear tonight, and you don't interrupt with outbursts. We are going to just test this timing system so that you guys are aware. Cheryl, this is our timing clock. Do you mind turning on that light just for a second? Candidates, with 20 seconds to go, she will flash that light once. The second time she flashes it, if you are still talking, I will step in and say thank you and end your speech there. We are going to start with our opening segments, our opening remarks. You've each been given 2.5 minutes to remind us why we should vote for you. The order is determined. We're going to go down one side for the opening statements. So, Trevor, you are first. The greatest shall be last. But then when we do our closing statements, Tony, you will be first, and Trevor will be last. So, you will each have 2.5 minutes. We will start with you, Mr. Boland. Essentially, I will say 3, 2, and then on your own time whenever you would like to start. So, here we are, getting our timers out. 3, 2, on your own time, sir.
Thanks, Ted. I don't know if you can all hear me. Thank you all for coming. I'd like to start by thanking the Dene Zah people for allowing us to be here and for this community and its people to prosper. My name is Trevor Boland. I'm running for my 5th term on City Council for the City of Fort St. John. I've been very fortunate to have been elected for 4 terms since I was about 28 years old. Ted talks about how important it is for young people to be involved and to vote and to come to events like this, but it's just as important for them to run for council, and that's what I did at that age. And what I did at that time is the same thing I'm going to do today, and that's ensure that the community is communicated with. I'm going to ensure that it is open and transparent. I'm going to ensure that whether people see me in the street, see me in the grocery store, or see me online, they've got questions, I've either got the answer or I'll find out the answer. We need to worry about the city's financial sustainability. We need to continue pushing further. We need to continue for growth. We need to keep working on our capital. I believe Fort St. John's in a better position right now than it's ever been. And I can say that because my family's been here since 1926. We haven't left then. We're not going to leave now. So at no point in time am I here for a good or a greater good other than the city of Fort St. John. And that's what matters to me most. So I do have 2 boys. I am married. My boys are 13 and 16 years old. They absolutely love everything about Fort St. John. They've gone through the school system here, actually the same school as I did, growing up here. And I'm a small business owner. I own businesses in Fort St. John, Dawson Creek, Grand Prairie, and other communities. So I am certainly invested in other areas. So it's not always just about my businesses. It is about my family. It is about my friends. And at the end of the day, no matter what, it's about my community, and it's about you guys in this room and the people that are watching us live. Because without all of you, we wouldn't matter, and the city certainly wouldn't be in the condition it is. So I'm asking you to work with me, to put your trust in me. Let's do this one more time, and let's finish what we started. Thank you very much. Have a good night.
Thank you, Trevor. You got this, Amy. I'll say 3, 2, and then on your own time, all right? Here we are in 3, 2, on your own time.
Camera here. There we go. Takes a minute to click in. Hi, I'm Amy Cox. I am brand new to all this, very green hat. I was not born in Fort St. John, but I moved here in 2002. My father works in the forestry industry, and my mother was working for Northern Health. I went to high school here. I graduated. I met the love of my life here. We bought a house. We want to raise a family here. We had a little bit of a 5-year plan to get out, but I am very happy to say that I'm committed to the future of Fort St. John. We do love it here. This is our community. We love how we're becoming more diverse and supportive. One of the reasons why I chose to run was last year during the by-election. I had noticed that there is a disconnect between our community and City Council, and I want to help try to bridge the gap with communication. And I love this community, and I love the people, and I'm always out and talking to people, and I just would very much appreciate